to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Yeah. What's good, man? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the BLACKTOP podcast. This podcast, we talk hoops, man. Basketball all day, every day. You know what it is. Tonight, specifically focusing in on the NBA Southeast Division. Of course, you got the Hawks, you got the Magic, you got the Heat, you got the Wizards, and you have the Hornets. So we will be focusing on that division. If you have not caught the previous two episodes, we did the Atlantic Division and we did the Central Division. So this will wrap up the Eastern Conference, and then we will move on to the Western Conference. But before I get into it, man, what's good with my co-host, man? We got S God, aka the Man Cave, and Leaf Diggy, man. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling tonight?
What's good? What's good? Feeling good, man. Ready to talk about this Southeast Division. You know, one of the of the three divisions in the East is probably the third of the division and stuff like that. But they still got some couple of teams in there that's a legit threat. You know, to some of the top teams.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Leaf, man. What's good, man? How you feeling tonight, bro?
I'm feeling all right. This division is grade A trash. I'm the only person that knows it. I'm just wanting to get it out of the way right now, so that way we won't have to waste an hour and a half talking about how trash this division is. It's grade A garbage. And we just gonna get how garbage it is. You know, so that's plain and simple.
I think it's better than maybe some people think. I don't think it's good for sure, but I don't. I think it might be some sleepers. We'll get into it though, man.
If you don't think it's good, that means it's trash. That means it's either mid or trash. We floating in that area.
Well, I mean, mid is the nice word these days for being, I guess, average.
It is. But I would go with trash compared to the other division.
He's going to trash me.
Yeah. I'm going straight to trash.
Dan, you Berry Sports, man. What's good, man?
100,000% grade A dumpster juice. That's what I'm going with.
Iman Perry, man. Thank you, man. Thank you always for tapping in and supporting the shows, man. On the big
NEB, man. What's going on, bro? Appreciate it.
Job, man. But let's get into this mid division. And we'll start with the winners, the Orlando Magic. So going to start with the Orlando Magic. Let's see here. Let's look at the Magic's
Iman, what's good, bro?
Yeah. So let's share screen here.
Iman, what's going on?
Oh, hold up. All right, here we go. All right, so here with the Magic, of course, you got Pablo Banchero, led the team last year, 22.5 points per game. Wendell Carter Jr. led in rebounds, 6.9. Banchero in assists, Jalen Suggs in steals, and Jonathan Isaac in blocks. I think with Banchero, they got Wagner, Cole Anthony, old North Carolina product. I like him coming off the bench. So I think this is probably the most solid team in this division overall. But again, they're a young team still. They still have a lot to prove out there on the court. And this is Pablo Bancaro's team, but who is that second kind of fiddle that, star player that they need right now? You know what I'm saying? To go beside Bancaro, because it ain't Wagner. I mean,
Yeah, it ain't him.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I think it should be, but it's not him.
Yeah.
I guess to answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
it remains to be seen. Like Cole Anthony, he came off the bench for that team. He provided a pretty good spark. He was getting them points when they was going empty, and and they couldn't get anything. Jalen Suggs is a great defensive guard. Their real problem is spacing. They don't have enough shooting. Now they did go out and go get KCP. That was a pretty big steal. They got a veteran. They're accustomed to getting veterans. They had Joe Ingles last year, who played with the second unit with Mo and Jonathan Isaac, who can't stay healthy, worth a damn. But when he is on the court, he provides you 26 minutes of elite defense. Um, you know what I'm saying? So like he can still provide that as well. At a high level. Basically, right now the ball is in Banchero's hands. I don't think it should be. They probably like a good high tempo guard away from like really making some noise. That's what it seems like they need. They need like a high tempo guard that could push the pace and get guys easy shots. And they definitely need some shooting. They need some floor space. And I was looking for them to get Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for them to get a whole lot of people this offseason, man. They needed Clay. They needed the top 5 shooters of all time, like the way that they shoot the goddamn ball. This team is some shit from the heart. Like this is ridiculous. So they definitely but they're a young and up and coming team. Franz is he's supposed to be the second guy, and he got second guy money. And Paolo is about to get a rookie extension out of this world after this year. Rookie of the year, All-Star. I thought he should have made an All-NBA team. But so their team, their young core is set. It's just all about how they can max this young core out and what other piece can they add to that. It's most likely going to have to be somebody at the guard position that can control the pace and speed them up and try to get them easy buckets, because defensively they solid. Offensively, bro, like they could get in molds, they could get in flurries, but when they don't have nothing, they stink like shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. But they still a good team, and they still can hang afloat defensively, which is what you want in the Eastern Conference from a young team. Defensively, they hold down the fort, but they desperately need to get better at a lot of other things as well, man.
What's your thoughts on Anthony Black, 6th round pick, 2023?
The same thoughts I had about everybody in that draft. Great defensive player. He was a 5-star recruit as not only as in basketball but in football as well. So realistically, like this athletically he has it. Defensively he has it. Can he do the other things offensively as a point guard? Hell no. I put him on the same tier as Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson is another guy that defensively he could do, along with his brother in Detroit. Defensively, these drafts defensively are getting very, very, very better. The WNBA draft, defensively, you got all kinds of all-world defensive talent all over the place. These guys are young. They can go to block shots. They can get their hands in the passing lanes. You can switch them from 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Sometimes you can switch them out on guards. You don't have no problem switching tall guys on guards. We've seen it with Noah Clowney. We've seen it with Wemby.
Big Pat, what's good? What's Matt, what's good, man? Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
So Anthony Black falls into a long line of young defensive guys. You know what I'm saying? But can he fill the holes offensively that they need at the guard position? I don't think so, but it's going to be interesting to see who can.
All right, let's let Cave get in there. Cave, what's your perspective on the Orlando Magic?
The Orlando Magic. This is
season.
Yeah, this is the second team for me in the division, but the thing that Orlando has is like they're more top heavy than bottom heavy, meaning they have a lot of forwards. It's almost the same problem that the Atlanta Hawks had like 10 years ago when they had a bunch of forwards and stuff like that. Paulo Banchero is a star player. I mean, it's like we all know that. Franz Wagner is another good player, 6'10" dude that can shoot from outside, inside, and stuff like that. He's their second player. He just got paid, with the big rookie extension of 250 mil, whatever it was. So, he's expected. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him too. Their problem is they need a center. Either Banchero right now is playing the center or the 5, but he's really supposed to be a 4. They can get a 5, but they really need a backcourt. They need a backcourt because neither the guards on a team are point guards that can run a team like that with Cole Anthony or Jalen Suggs. You know what I'm saying? So they need a point guard, and they really need a shooting guard. I really wish they would have got DeJounte Murray, to be the point guard, and they could went out and got a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? And then in the draft, they could get the center from Duke, Kaman Maluch, what I'm saying, coming out, to really solidify their team. Because right now, like I said, they just don't have it like that. I mean, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they caused a little bit of problems because, they gave some the Cavs and some other teams some problems when they're healthy and stuff like that, but they just don't have that point guard that can run it. So, like I said, their team is incomplete. That's the problem with them. Banchero, don't get me wrong. He is a star player. He's to me, like Leaf said, he is should be on all NBA team. I mean, that dude's a monster, so he's a double machine, can score from all 3 levels. So they need to add that, that point guard and that wing player for him and stuff like that, and I know they got KCP and stuff like that, which, is going to help them. But like I said, they're really missing a point guard. They don't have one. I mean, I like Cole Anthony. He's more of a combo guard. Jalen Suggs is more the same thing too. And he's not really a good shooter like that. You know what I'm saying? So they really need a point guard that can, set these guys up and make for them. And that's what's going to be their biggest problem is that backcourt.
What's good with you, Mets, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Starting out here with the Orlando Magic. What's your thoughts on this team going into this season?
The Magic are still a team that's pretty much on the improvement end. Last season's Southeast Division title win was relatively easy for them. The only threat they had was Miami all of last season. Right now, I am not in a good mood for different reasons.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're talking basketball, man. So
we only
basketball get you in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? So
I know. Most of my foul mood is related to baseball at the moment.
Okay.
All right. Well, Well, we're gonna keep it basketball tonight. Because this is what we're here to do. Get this preview show. Because this division, Leaf thinks it stinks.
It does suck.
I think, but I think the Orlando Magic can be one of those surprise teams, though, if they take the next step. So right. What do y'all think they stack up in the Eastern Conference?
I mean, right now, they like a 7th seed or something like that, or it could be a 6th, depending on what happens and stuff like that. But they mainly around the 7th seed compared, to the other 2 divisions. You know what I'm saying? Those are top 6.
Now, last year they was the 5th seed.
Yeah, I know, but that was due to injuries, and that's what I was saying. Again, if injuries is going to play a part, they could get up. You know what I'm saying? But if every team stays healthy, I see them as a 6, no more than a 6, and they can slide up to a 5th, but they most like 6 and 7. Right there. So,
Cave, you think they peaked already at the 5th seed?
No, I don't think they peaked. But what I'm saying is those other 6 teams I think are better than them if them guys are healthy. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Those the top 3 in the Atlantic and the top 3 in the Central. You know what I'm saying? Those teams stay healthy. I think they're better than them.
I would have to agree with the way that they roster is shaped up right now. The holes that they had last year is still the same holes that they have going into this year. No true big. Wendell Carter is more of a spaced out pick and pop type of big. That 7 rebounds a game, that shit ain't gonna get it. They still lacking somebody to run the floor and take the ball out of Banchero's hands so he could play a little bit more off the ball. and play in pick and roll situations or play downhill and fast break tempo type of situations. So they don't have that. So yeah, I have to agree with Cave. They'll probably win the division because Miami is I gave it up. Miami is kind of in a float right now. Pat Riley is super pissed off at Jimmy Butler, aka Juwan Man. So I mean, it is what it is right now, man. I mean, listen, Orlando, it's pretty much their division to lose. I don't really see anybody crawling out of this and doing something. So
now, is there? You talked about them needing another guard, with Boncaro, next to Boncaro, whatever. Is there a move you think that they can make that would put them, up in that top half of the Eastern Conference?
I got one move, but I think it's more of something down the line, but I don't think it's something right now. I personally think, and this was my idea for the Nets, and I don't even know why I'm saying this. Somebody needs to go after Nikola Topic, because Nikola Topic does not belong on OKC. They just redshirting him. He needs his own team immediately.
Yeah. He's the guard from overseas.
He overseas, and he played against the same competition that Luka played against on his way into the league.
He's one of those guards, those European guards that can handle the ball and pass real well.
5-star facilitator, 5-star playmaker, best playmaker I've seen coming out of the draft in a while. Like it probably maybe go back to Ricky Rubio if I want to go back that far. But realistically, I stress that this past draft, everybody thinks that Reed Shepherd, which is the next pick, by the way, everybody thinks Reed Shepherd is going to go off right away. I already said the 2 names that's going to go off in this draft, and I'm standing by it. So Nikola Topic is one of them as far as the guard go. Man, somebody need to go after him, and I think Orlando, man, they need to make a pitch to try to go get him while he's cheap and while he's basically a rookie for nothing, and he's going to be redshirting, so they could get him off that Thunder team and redshirt him for themselves for a year, and then wait another year, and then come back stronger next year with their lead guard.
Facts, man. Facts. All right.
As far as
go ahead, you gotta say something, Mets.
As far as I'm concerned, where Orlando ends up, they're going to be they might end up winning the South again, depending on how many injuries are stacked up on Miami and Atlanta. But I got them at least as a 6 seed with around 48 wins.
Okay. 6 seed with 48 wins. Last year they won 47.
6 seed with 48 wins in the East.
Last year they won 47 and they were a 5th seed. So I mean that's not that far off. But yeah, it is real tight in the East. It's like 3 games basically separated the playoff teams. Besides Boston. So but let's keep it pushing. We're gonna get to our next division. Our next team, which is going to be the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, MIA. And they've been MIA recently here, man. Especially when it comes to, playoff success, man. The Miami Heat, that's normally what they do. They teeter-totter through the regular season and they turned it up in the playoffs, but last year was not the case.
So true. They
not the case for the Heat last year, man. But again, please hang on a second. Now again, when we talking about the Heat, as you mentioned, as Leaf mentioned, you're always talking about first person that comes to mind is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, their star player. Of course, they do have Bam Adebayo too, another star player. But what is this Heat team missing? What is this Heat team missing? They had been, like I said, kind of chomping at the bit here for a good couple seasons, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, in the finals, but just couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? Just couldn't get it done. And to me, I like Jimmy Butler as a player. I kind of wanted to see him win that finals,
Mm-hmm.
but they couldn't get it done. But what is this team missing? I'm gonna start with you, Cave. What is this Miami team missing that they just can't get over the hump in the Eastern Conference? Well, not even in the Eastern Conference, but just
Right.
in the championship, pretty much.
Yeah, I think some of it is health too with Jimmy Butler, but I mean
Mm.
their whole thing was like a five, you know what I'm saying, to move Bam back to the four where he's supposed to be at, and I think in the draft they did a great by getting Kyle Ware, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. So if he could develop for them guys kind of quick, because Eric Spoelstra, they develop guys over there, so if they could get him, to develop, he could be the center, and then Bam would be at the at the four, and then you got Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero, like I said, I think Hero, he's a starter, but to me, he's supposed to come off the bench, and then you can slide in Jaime Jaquez, you know what I'm saying, at the two, and then Scary Terry at the point guard. So Scary Terry got to get his stuff together, and then he's like, because when he's on, though, he's a good player. So I think Kyle Ware would be the big difference for them. And like I said, if he could start for them, and then they can move Bam back to the four, they should be all right, man. Only thing with them will go be health with Butler and Hero, because those are the two that's always injured the most. So if they can get them guys to be healthy, they could cause a lot of problems. And I actually got them winning the their division and stuff like that, the South Division, if they could stay healthy. Because like I said, Butler's a guy who, like I said, when it comes down to in the game and stuff like that, he brings it. I don't care what's going on. If he's out
That's
there,
fact.
he's gonna bring it. So I got him, and so I got confidence in him like that. So I got them as a division winner if they could stay healthy.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler is one who brings it. Bam, I agree with you. I don't think the four is his. I mean, the five is his real spot. You know what I mean? I think he would play much better at that fourth spot. Nowadays in the NBA, you just kind of want that defensive shot blocking kind of space eating kind of center nowadays that does possess a little bit of a jump shot, so he's not a total liability on the floor. Talk a little bit about Khalil Ware and how he fits in with this team.
He fits in great, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna say could be another Hassan Whiteside for them, but you saw what happened when they got him developed over there. He had some couple of good seasons with Miami and stuff like that. But Kyle Ware, like I said, rookie contract, everything. He's a 7-footer. He can block shots. He got some little offensive game to him and stuff like that. So that's exactly what they need. Somebody down to give him some length and allow Bam to roam out there and help out a little bit. You know what I'm saying, and not be bogged down with some centers. I mean, Kyle Ware got to put on a little bit of weight and stuff like that, but like I said, if he could just play strong or something like that, he'll be good with them. He fits their culture, you know what I'm saying, as far as, with Eric Spoelstra, they'll get him in there and stuff like that. So that's like I said, that's the type of guy that they needed, some guy with length. They wanted like a guy like Mitchell Robinson, but you know what I'm saying? But this is a cheaper contract and all stuff, and they can mold him into what they want him to be. You know what I'm saying? He has a little bit more offense than Mitchell Robinson, so that's a great start for him, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to see what he's going to do this year, man, because I think he's going to play a lot with Miami.
Leaf, what is it that you've seen from the Miami Heat going into this season to where you say like this, where do you think this team kind of falls in this division and in the conference? Because they have been one of those teams, like I said, who will sleepwalk their way through the regular season only to get into the playoffs and be the best team out of everybody in the East. How do they do that, and can they continue to do that with the roster they got now?
I think they can continue to do that because the rest of the East is trash. Obviously, they one of them teams. We saw this same team, well, not the same team, but we saw the same cast of crew sneak in the 8th seed and mess around and end up to the finals. I never thought they was winning no damn finals ever. I thought they was a piece of shit in the finals then and now. So the reality is that I think that Pat Riley has had enough of Jimmy Butler and him not playing enough games. This is coming from Tim Hardaway Sr., by the way, who I had to watch the interview the other day when he was talking about how Pat Riley think and how Pat Riley likes to do things and how he likes to be according. He talked about when the stuff was breaking down at the end of their role with him and Alonzo out in Miami, and it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same old song years later. So realistically, what you have is a 30-something Jimmy Butler, aka Juwanna Man, in his mid-30s. You have Tyler Hero, who could barely like. It's sort of like a seesaw. You know, the seesaw is at the park. If Jimmy Butler's playing, Tyler Hero's not. If Tyler Hero's playing, Jimmy is not. So the thing is, realistically, I think Pat Riley he's about at his boiling point with that. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we all know the culture here he comes from. He wants to win. He wants to put a winning product out there all the time, or something competitive all the time. I think moving Bam to the 4th spot, Khalil Weir is a steal. He is a steal in this draft, big time at 15. So moving Bam, the way that the Miami Heat brings along their draft
Gandhi, that style. What's good, man? Appreciate you tapping into the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It's all free content. You know what I mean? So we're not asking for no money or anything. So definitely subscribe to the network. Subscribe to everybody on the panel. Myself, Unpopular Opinion Sports, S God, aka the Man Cave Podcast, Leaf, aka Leaf Diggy, and Mets 2128, aka Snarf. So appreciate you, man. Thanks for tapping in. Alex, coach, is out. He's dealing with some personal issues, so I'm gonna respect his wishes and leave it at that. But he'll be back, when he gets ready.
But to continue on what Miami, Miami is very good at getting some of their young talent out and early. They did it with Jaime Jaquez. They did it with a lot of other players before that. They kind of red showed it Jovic. Jovic is going to be a starting lineup. I think they held on to they messed around and got the best out of who was it? The other guys that made the finals. The undrafted guys.
You talking about Strus and Vincent?
Strus and Vincent and Gabe and all of them guys, and even the other kid. And even the other kid that's on Philly right now, I think he's going to be pretty okay for them. But
Caleb Martin,
Caleb Martin. But the reality is, you can only fool the rest of the league and the rest of the East book for so long with these undrafted and these mid-drafted picks. Now, Khalil Weir has some upside, and I believe that he does have some upside. And the center position is getting a lot steeper than a lot of people give it credit for. So I think that will move Bam. Back to the 4, but a lot of things about Bam's game needs to open up and be more confident in, because I've seen Bam do some things. I think he's very talented. I think he's a pretty good all-around player at his position. I think he needs to go out there and prove that night in and night out. If he's planning on playing the 4, you know what I'm saying? So but Terry Rozier at the 1 is not what I had in mind. But it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how this goes, man. For Miami, but at best, they could sneak in. They could get in the early portion of the play-in, the 7th and 8th, and mess around and sneak in the playoffs. Lose a game, to sneak in the playoffs.
Mets. What is your thoughts on the Miami Heat, and do you think the Heat can get back to the NBA Finals this year?
When you look at Jimmy Butler's ego, I don't think they can make it back. And with how often he, Eric Spoelstra, and Pat Riley are now butting heads from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, I'm not sure if they can make it back. If this gets so toxic that it just causes massive miscommunications on the hardwood, I don't see Miami winning more than 40.
Wow. Okay. The Heat, by the way, were 46-36 last year. Good enough for a play-in berth. But yeah, if they don't win more than 40 games, they're not making the play-in. I don't think so. But
I think they can make the play in regardless. I mean, from 7 to 10, I
I
don't think
think
that's a
they should.
problem for them.
I think they should. I think they can, man. And I think this is like, I respect veteran teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect teams that been together, that didn't been in the mud, that done been scrapped, fought, got hit back. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those cats, I know a couple of them have left, but a lot of those cats and that coaching staff have been there and done that. So I'll never underestimate this team, but just looking at the talent disparity in the East, I think they're a little bit behind the gun here. And they would be
They behind
definitely one to try to make a move, man, because they have older players and they're kind of in a win now sort of mode. So I mean, if you want to take one last crack at it, I think you got to make a move here for somebody, man, to pair with Butler and Adebayo. But that's it for the Heat. Let's keep it pushing. And the next team we're going to get to, let's see who we got here. That's going to be the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks. All right. There we go. Now, the Atlanta Hawks, man. Everybody's favorite son, Trae Young. Carrying that team now. What's his name? Murray's gone. So big trade to
New Orleans.
Big trade to New Orleans in the offseason. So Trae Young and who? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Trae Young and what? Jalen Johnson? I don't know. Look, Pop. I'm gonna make this real simple, man. Listen, there's somebody there's somebody online that's trying to put Trae Young as the greatest Atlanta Hawk all time. Be honest with you, bro.
Picture gambling.
Listen,
you heard of Dominique Wilkins? Excuse me.
Listen. I bought a bipedal and I was crazy, man. But anyway, but listen. With all that being said, he has gone from coach to coach, from player to player. You went from John Collins to DeJounte Murray. Now they both gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now all you left with is still Bogdanovich, who been wanted out, and now you left with an old washed up Clint Capella, who could probably still rebound and grab a lob every now and again, but he ain't what he was in Houston. So
Definitely
the reality, listen, from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, that front office marched lots of steps to everything that Trae Young wants to do. The owner's son is in charge or more than the actual owner. They got guys. Jalen Johnson is pretty okay. I like him. He's a pretty good player. I don't think that's a fall off from what Collins was, from what John Collins was. They still got Hunter. I don't know how the rest of their roster is shaped out, but it ain't nothing for me to scream 40-something wins.
Well, this is their depth chart right here. I don't know a lot of these players.
They did get the number one pick with Zachary. I don't know how he's really gonna fit with them.
Right.
Hunter, Larry Nance is a good pickup. Okongwu, they done held on to a lot of these guys for some time and wasted their time. Trae Young is a three trick pony at best that just somehow happens to average 29 and 9 for his career. But we all know how and why he did it. I do. At least I do, man. I ain't gonna really break it down here. The bottom line is the Atlanta Hawks, they're the prime example of why this division is trash. Prime example. And the other two teams after them ain't making it no damn better. So realistically,
right.
this is 35. This is 35 wins. Hopefully, they don't get in the way of what we trying to do, man, and get in the top 3 of the other draft. So this is the 35 win team at best.
I'm gonna say, with the way this is set up, it's a similar problem in Miami. Trae Young has the ego that he's the young vet who wants everything done the way he wants it done. Throw in aging pieces around him like Clint Capella, Ochungu, Michu, whatever, Larry Nance Jr., even though they're just starting, Boggy. I'm going to say they're going to be around a 36-win team at best.
36 wins. The Hawks last year finished with exactly 36 wins. So, no progress for Atlanta. I actually think this team will not be good either. I don't have they'll win a few games, like you said. I don't have a whole lot of faith because I don't like chuck and duck players. That's who Trae Young is. I don't like those. I don't particularly like the chuck and duck style. James Harden, we know. Trae Young, we know. We know the players.
Wait.
I don't like that style of basketball, bro.
Wait. You said the chuck and duck. You mean like, okay. So we do got to acknowledge that he averaged 9 assists for his career. So when you say the chuck and duck, you mean I like to refer to Trae Young as a 3-trick pony. He got 3 moves. Listen, step back, dive to the basket, try to get the foul, or come around the screen and shoot.
Bro, it's I don't like guys that take what I consider bad shots or forced shots. Now I'll have to break down the film, but when I look at Trae Young, I just see a dude that's just, I don't know, man. He lacks star power to me. Like he don't seem like he's a dude that, and you know what I'm saying, in the huddle or whatever, and you going back on the court. And you know, you looking at Trae Young like, yeah, his dude about to get it done for us, man. Like he don't.
That's a fact.
He kind of.
I feel like his 25 and 10 is just there.
It's just stats, bro. That's it. It's just stats. I'm not even impressed by that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it is easier to rack up 25 and 10 in today's NBA. You know, so it sounds good, and yeah, he's not a bad player. I'm not really trying to shit on him, but for him to be the main focal point of your team, I think puts the Hawks in a bad spot. I don't think they can get it done. Now we'll see with this first overall pick, like you said, Rizarcher, but Zachary, if he can turn into something, you know, maybe they have a good second wing with Trae Young, man. But I just don't see, he just ain't one of those focal type players to me, man, to be honest with you. But go ahead, Cave.
Yeah, I totally agree with all y'all, man. It's amazing how the tables have turned, man. 4 years ago, they were the darlings of the NBA. You know, they had made it to an Eastern Conference Finals, you know, and then all of a sudden they started breaking the team down, started trading away players and stuff like Herter, you know, guys like that, guys Collins, everybody, and then, you know, get DeJounte Murray, and that experiment went haywire and stuff like that. But now it's like, to me, hey, by the All-Star break, I think they're gonna start being sellers. So Trae Young will probably be gone and stuff like that, and Clint Capella will be gone. So, like I said, just look out for that, because I'm down here in Atlanta and stuff like that, and people, I mean, people who do love Trae Young, is like they starting to feel like, you know, they ain't going nowhere. So the best thing to do is to break the team and just, you know, and rebuild and stuff like that around this first round pick. I mean, I have to watch more of him, but like I said, I could see them selling on trading Trae Young and stuff like that, netting some draft picks and stuff like that. And, you know, and he might mess up y'all plans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I know what's name Leaf don't want to hear that, but, you know, and Clint Capella, he'll be traded.
Can't give it to him back-to-back years. Come on now. On now.
Hey, I keep saying it, man. It's
bro. Miss me with all that, man. But go ahead, Leaf. You want to chime in?
Listen. First off, about that 4 years ago shit, we all know it was one person responsible as to why that happened. And no, it was the initials B and S. That's what it was. That's what it was. So let's not get it twisted. If they do that shit again, bro, if that series happened again, the Atlanta Hawks is losing 99% of the time. We all know that. So I'm not even gonna go that with that Darwin stuff. Listen, they messed around and won a first round series against a team that had Julius Randle as their number one option. So I'm not even gonna go there neither. And that's nice. And I'm being nice when I say that. I'm being nice when I say that. That's number one. Number two, as far as them being sellers, I think the Trae Young has the power that he's yielding right now, and with all the contracts that's being tied up right now, the market is kind of closing for a trade. I mean, you could probably find something, maybe, but with a team like Utah just giving out $230 million for Larry marketing, I don't really know what the market value really is. In terms of these trades, man, the money is definitely there. But I mean, this new CBA is set up for a lot of players to stay in one place and make a lot of money.
This is the NBA. There's always open up for business, bro. Anybody could be traded at any time. Just when it looks bleak, there's always a market for somebody.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's my favorite saying. You know how the NBA is: a sucker is born every day.
What would be a good fit for a player like Trae Young? Because like I said, I don't think he's a good number one, but he might be a good second wing, not a wing, but a second fiddle to somebody's star player. Do y'all see a fit for him in the league?
I don't know.
I see one.
Yeah,
I see one. I see a couple actually, and I'm lying about that. I see somewhere out in the West.
Go ahead, and then I'm gonna go to Mets, and then back to you, Cave.
The obvious choice is the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs have been after somebody on that team at the point guard position. That's true, and they've been leaking at it for over the last year.
Since Tony Parker, goddamn near.
So realistically, we all know Chris Paul is on borrowed time. Don't get me wrong. Stephon Castle is really more of an off guard. Yes, and he's somebody that's probably going to be used to play defense or something like that. Vassell is an okay shooter. They locked him up. They locked up Jeremy Sohan. But realistically, all they really missing is somebody to set the tone. And I think who can't set the tone with Wendy?
Right.
I think Trae Young would be a good fit. They could work that inside-outside game. Trae Young can throw lobs. I mean, he can do that. So I think it would work well.
I could see another spot.
What's that? What's
Go
that?
Ahead, Cave.
It'd be Golden State. That'd be a good spot with him and Steph Curry. I mean, them guys like shooting threes. Them guys like shooting threes, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
wait. Wait. You want to put Steph and then Trae Young in the backcourt together?
A 6'2", but 6'1" backcourt.
Hey, what's the problem? I mean, they could play that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Steve Kerr don't mind.
Personally, I don't care what he goes after this season. In my opinion, if his contract runs out after this year in Atlanta, go West, young man. I don't care where you go. San Antonio needs a solid point guard. Golden State needs a solid point guard. I mean, Houston might need a solid point guard, but I don't know.
No, they don't.
Well, I did say I don't know. I mean, Memphis could use one.
I mean, San Antonio could rein him in. You know, Pop could rein him in and stuff like that. You know, that'll be good for him out there. But like I said, I could see him. We got
to get to some of these Western Conference teams because I got some bold predictions.
let's just
The Memphis Grizzlies is about to be the 4th best team in the West.
Right, because
I
Ja Morant is
promise that.
back. Ja Morant's back.
Yeah, Memphis is
Not because of that, because the pick and roll with him and a certain individual that I wanted on my
Yeah,
team.
Zach Edey. I know. Hey, I know. Hey, I know.
Here we go.
What it is.
Here we go.
I'm not. You know what, Pop? I'm not letting this go, bro. If the Memphis Grizzlies get to the Western Conference Finals, you're not going to hear the end of it from me, bro.
Let's just move on to the next team.
Zach Edey.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Next up,
This is yeah, well, next up, I don't know. We only got two teams, so I mean, and neither one of them is really any count at all, man. But I guess we'll go a little close to me,
and to me,
with the Charlotte Hornets. So are you? You said you in Charlotte?
I'm about half an hour outside of it, but yes.
Okay, so cool. You can go ahead and speak on the Hornets first, then. So,
okay. In my view, the Charlotte Hornets, even if they were to get good and make the playoffs, it'd be a play-in at best. The main problem is they've been plagued with injuries. They have a mismatch of players that don't seem to mesh well together. And they have a coach who's not willing to make this collective of dysfunctioning parts work properly. What's meant to work like a group, meant to aid the benefit of the whole, is reduced to a BS meritocracy littered with injuries, hell-bent on getting the brass ring. At best, this team's not getting more than 28 wins. At worst, no fewer than 22.
Hey, harsh on the Hornets, man.
The local team
might have to watch out for you down there in Charlotte, man. Bashing the locals like that, man. But but yeah, the Hornets have struggled, man. Obviously, man. Only going 21-61 last year. They have had a slew of injuries. In particular, LaMelo Ball, their star player, has been hurt a lot. I mean, I don't think they have a terrible roster. I think it's a lot of health and I mean, you really don't know what you getting out of some of these cats, man. You know, what are you getting from Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball? I mean, you know what I mean? I like the center, Mark Williams. Think he's solid. But I mean, what are your thoughts on this Hornets team, man? Cave, man, because I don't see a lot here, man. Of course, you know, when you see one player leading and dang every category, that means you don't have a lot going on in your team.
I think with them is just I don't even know who's the coach this year, but they got
who was the coach? You said they had a funky coach or something like that.
I forgot who's the coach of the Hornets, because
coach of the Hornets.
I'll look it up.
It's not Barrigo. I forgot, because it used to be Cliff something. I think he left or something.
It's Charles Lee.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Charles Lee.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't even know. Man, see, they messing up right there.
I know David Lee is. I remember him, but
I ain't never heard that before. I don't know where he came from.
Yeah, you talk about some stink, bro. Good God.
Yeah, the thing with the Hornets is LaMelo's he stays hurt and stuff like that.
He was an assistant in Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Got him from the Bucks. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I said LaMelo, like you said, that's their star player. But to me, like I said, their player that's the one that's up and coming is going to be Brandon Miller. He's a smooth, small forward. You know what I'm saying? Now, that guy's a guy you can build around and stuff like that. You know, silky smooth game and stuff like that. LaMelo, if he can stay healthy. But then again, I don't know. But, you know what I mean? That'll be two pieces that you got right there. You know, but Mark Williams is good too. But they need more pieces. They need more pieces. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a shooting guard and stuff like that. I know they got Brandon Miller. To me, he's really a small forward, but they got him at I guess the 2 or something like that. With Miles Bridges, you know, he's another solid player, but you know, I just never know with him, like what is his off-field issues and stuff like that. They need more talent on that team. Like I said, LaMelo is a good player, but I mean, is he really a team player? You just don't know with that. Can he lead this team? That's the problem. He has talent, but he hasn't put it together yet. I know injury's been part of the problem sometimes, but yeah, they don't have a direction, and I don't know what's going on with them.
I don't trust those ball cats, Pauls. Those them cats, man. Oh man, they
you said the coach. I don't even know who the coach is.
Ever on the court when you
Yeah, we gonna pause on that, but I don't trust them neither, bro. Everybody in that family got ligament problems, so we need. So we listen. That's
man right over there.
Yeah, they ain't right over there. Something in that water.
Wheaties,
I don't know what's going on. They ain't been getting enough. They ain't been getting enough cereal, bro. Like I don't know what LeVar been doing.
Got them eating over there. You know what I'm saying?
And he got him wearing them bum ass sneaks too, bro. So that's
they all frail, pause, and fragile.
And LaMelo sometimes.
D'Angelo is the only one that got swole on him, and he ain't even in the league. So he already got jammed up by IG models. So like they got problems. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a bunch of this is comedy. And this is my time to deliver. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like with this team, bro. Like this is just a team that's just not destined for anything right now. Now I will agree with Cave that Brandon Miller needs to be the focal point of something to build around. That's what he needs to be right now. He needs to be like somebody that's going to be a mainstay for something to change on this team and something to change on this roster. They did play well after the All-Star break. Once they got that boogie eater man from Boston, Grant Williams, bro. I was told some funny shit that he was picking his boogers in the locker room in Dallas. Yeah, so and stuff like that, man. But they did have a little bit of success after the All-Star break in that aspect. Everybody on this team, man, is destined for some type of off-court issue. We know about Miles Bridges, man. With all the rest of them seem to be getting jammed up on IG, man. With these over the hill IG models, man. That's in their late 30s and everything, man. Like they need to stop. So the reality of this team is just failure after failure after failure after more failure. The only thing that they got going for us is that they got a better roster than what we got.
Damn, that's sad. That is so sad.
And Gabe, your thoughts on the Hornets?
He already gave his thoughts.
Yeah, I already said the Hornets. They're not making the playoffs.
They're out of here, man.
And let's say the worst for last, the Washington Wizards.
The Wizards.
Actually, I don't even think they're the worst.
Is it the Hornets?
It might be the Hornets because of their rapport.
It can't be the Hornets.
Well, I'm explaining the Wizards first because I've been carefully looking at their moves. They did pick up Malcolm Brogdon in that trade. That was a pretty good, solid pickup. Solid player, man. He could give you something. Somebody to get Jordan Poole right over there, man, because this shit is ridiculous. Kyle Kuzma, they still got him. They did pick up Valanciunas. They did get Alex Sarr, who was supposed to be the number one pick, but he landed to them. And he's a pretty good defender. He's already peaking at a high defensive level. They did give up Denny Avia. I didn't really agree too much with that. Denny, I thought was the brightest spots of their team. But Washington, I think they made they at least tried to make some changes on their roster. I mean, like, unlike the rest of these damn teams that we talked about, I mean, like they picked up a center, they needed one. They picked up a guard, they needed one. They picked up a point guard, they needed one in Malcolm Brogdon. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at this roster, Bilal, I like. Corey Kispert is he's off and on shooter. Kuzma is probably gonna have the ball in his hands a lot, but he needs to figure out how to play with Valanciunas. Who's a good rebounder, Alex Sarr, who's gonna be at the 4th spot where he needs to be to block shots and run the floor. He has great upside as a rookie, as a 19-year-old French kid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're gonna be too bad. I mean, I give them about north of 30 wins, like between 30 and 35.
So they're gonna double their win total because they won 15 last year.
Yeah, they can do that. They can do that. They can do that.
Won 15.
They can do that.
Games.
I mean, this
That's
team
pretty bad.
On paper, this team looks like it's a step up, but in execution, it's going to look like the garbage we've seen the last couple of years. In the developmental, in the summer league, Alex Sarr was playing like a draft bust. Number 2 pick, my ass. As far as I'm concerned, Washington's not getting more than 20.
20 wins for the Wiz, man. Cave, man. Do you have anything positive to say about the Washington Wizards?
Anything positive?
They're gonna be back in. They're gonna be back in the lottery again too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did make some moves, with Brogdon and Valanciunas and stuff like that with Kuzma. But like I said, this is another team I could see be sellers too. Because Valanciunas is one is, some teams would be wanting him and stuff like that. If they're not going nowhere, they'll end up trading him off and stuff like that. And, Brogdon, Brogdon's a good player, you know what I'm saying? So I'll see, what he can do. Because I thought Tyus Jones was really good for them and stuff like that. And he's going now. So,
Tyus Jones was really good for them. 7 assists at 1 turnover.
Right. So we'll see what Brogdon is.
They just signed Valanciunas. I don't think he's eligible for trade until next year.
No, I think December. I think you could trade him when you sign him.
December. Okay. But Brogdon, you got Brogdon, Bub Carrington, who somebody told me about Bub Carrington a while back.
Jordan Poole is the enigma. You know what I'm saying? He can score, but like I said, he does a lot of things that you just leave you scratching your head sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So he reminds me of the old Washington team with JaVale McGee and Nick Young and all them type of dudes.
Dude. The one that used to be on Shaq and the Fool.
Not that team. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that team had a lot of potential, but they was just dumb as dog water, bro. Oh my goodness.
It was on Shaq and the Fool.
That was a dumb ass. But the thing about this team that I can respect is that the 1 and the 5 spot got occupied by some veterans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you got guys that's in the locker room.
Yeah,
that's gonna like at least be like some veteran presences in the locker room with Brogdon and Valanciunas. I'm not too sold if anybody trying Valanciunas in the locker room on that roster. There's too many light-skinned dudes that want to shoot the ball, bro. Like, and he the only muscle out there. He gonna get the rebound and everything. And Alex Sarr, I think, is a kid. Defensively, I think in this lineup, I think he's going to be able to do things that he's naturally good at. Now, Mitch was right. He didn't play good in the summer league offensively, but defensively, bro, I thought he still showed flashes of what he could be and everything. As a 7-footer, bro, he's got great upside. He could run the floor. He can block shots. He can defend. And that's probably what he's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? He probably might be the best defender in his draft. To me. So
Kyle Kuzma will be the biggest trade piece they got.
Kyle Kuzma, yeah, I think Kyle Kuzma, man, they've been trying to trade.
Nobody want no Kyle
Kuzma. It seems like forever, man, and they haven't been able to get rid of him.
Nobody want Kyle. Kyle Kuzma had a chance to go to Dallas. He took his Mickey Mouse ring that he got in 2020 and said, "Yo, it's time for me to go get paid."
They got Bill up out of there. You know what I'm saying? They took the deal with Phoenix, so
yeah, they did.
I mean, what you gonna do?
I don't even know what that deal. I don't even know what that deal consists of. I don't see nothing on this roster that they got for that deal.
It ain't much going on here. To be honest, it ain't. And
I give them 30+ wins, bro. I will give them.
I've lived in the Washington area,
DMV
you know what I mean? So this team right here is a joke. It's an absolute joke. Nobody takes the Wizards serious. I don't even know if they really have a following like that, bro. It's just like if you're a basketball, it's so bad They trying to give them to us in Virginia. We like, hell nah. We don't. Why would Virginia want the Washington Wizards and all their baggage? Like,
you
bro,
guys already have them since technically Washington D.C. is more on the Virginia side of the chess.
no, there's no technically nothing. Washington D.C. is Washington D.C. and most of their the football team plays in Maryland. No, none of their teams play actually in Virginia. So yeah, they're literally in DC, but the Wizards they're just a bad franchise, man. Like,
So you said it was more gangster when they would call the Bullets.
bruh, I respected the Bullets, bro. Even
Dude.
when they had Wes Unseld, I like that team,
George
bro.
Murasson,
You know, I remember they had Manute Bol one time, bro.
know,
Like that
I
team
know.
was all right, man. When they became the Wizards, man, it's just
it went all downhill.
yeah, it pretty much did. You spot on with that one. Like,
Well, I can't necessarily say that, man. I mean, like the John Wall Bradley Bill time was okay. I mean, they haven't had a fit. Well, I could say in 45 years. No. You know what? Let me erase that. Let me erase what I just said. I didn't say that shit. In 45, they said in the last 45 seasons they haven't had a 50-win season in 45 years or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've never been good.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I don't think we've been that bad.
I mean,
bro.
let's
Like,
face
come
it,
on,
the only good team.
The Nets have been to finals way more recently than Washington.
Way more recently than that shit. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, let's face it. The only team that's consistently good in Washington, it's the Capitals, and that's hot. I'm aware of that.
That's a fact. Shout out to the Capitals.
They can keep their Capitals too. You know what I'm saying? Go Rangers.
But if you think that the Wizards are bad, let's face it, they're female.
The Mystics did win a championship a couple of years back.
Oh, I forgot. My bad. Got me there.
The Mystics and the hockey team. I think the baseball team. Did the baseball team win something?
The Nationals, yeah.
Nationals a while back, yeah. They got one in there too. But that's really it, man. For this division. We're going to take a look at the WNBA playoffs here real quick. They are in the final four here. So but real quick, who do y'all hold up. Real quick, who do y'all have winning this division when it's all said and done?
Orlando.
Okay. Yeah, he has Orlando winning, but I got Miami winning if they stay healthy and stuff like that. You know, it would be Miami or Orlando, but if it's healthy, it's Miami.
Leaf.
You know what? This division's so trash, bro. I won't be surprised if the Wizards actually win this division. I really won't. I'm dead serious. I'm always serious.
You just disrespecting Orlando and Miami, bro.
Right?
You know why not? Why not? Because you know what they gonna do? They gonna peak at what 6 and the 15, and then Miami gonna get in the 8th, and then try to sneak past the first and the second round again and do some injuries. Come on, man! Like Wizards, I got the Wizards in 5, man. Stop.
Washington ain't even trying to win games, bro.
They not, man. But I personally think it is gonna come down to Orlando and Miami, and I think it's time for a change. Orlando Magic is gonna be the kings of that division this season.
Cheerleaders don't floss their way to the top.
I mean, and Miami's really not about that regular season life. They always try to turn it up in the playoffs, so I don't even see them caring about the division.
Turn it up in the playoffs with the few bets that they got left. Get out of here.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's breaking down.
And if it is broke, you ain't got nothing to fix it with anyway.
Most definitely, man.
That's the problem. It is broke, bro. You don't know how to fix it. You ain't got an answer.
That's gonna conclude that part of the show, man. But real quick, so we got Who we got in these WNBA playoffs?
We're down to the Vegas Aces.
Aces and Liberty. That's the matchup I want to talk about real quick. So Aces, Liberty, of course, you got Aja Wilson, probably the MVP, going up against the New York Liberty. This was the finals last year. Vegas won it. Liberty need to get over the hump this time, man. This is the time the Liberty got to get over the hump. You catching this Aces team. They're not as strong as they were last year, even though they're starting to hit their stride here a little bit lately. Still not as strong as they were last year. I think the Liberty do have a stronger team, and I think the Liberty should have the advantage in this matchup. But you guys followed a lot closer than I do. All right, Leaf, go ahead, sir.
Well,
do you have the answer? You was waving your hand like a class. I know the answer.
Y'all fools, bro. Nah. But I would like for the Liberty to win this whole thing. I think they came close last year. They've been definitely holding the fort down for most of the season, if not all of it. Being one of the better teams in the league, the best team in the league. However, Minnesota, man, Professor Collier, man, it's something about that Minnesota team. And I said it early in this and right in the middle of the season. Like I've been able to stream the games a lot lately, but the last time I streamed some WNBA games, it was them, and they know how to win.
Better than the Sun?
Yes, they are. And I think their combination of guard play, their combination of tempo and playing any type of style defensively, that is still the best team. Professor Collier is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, hand over fist. And she's been holding down the fort for them. Obviously, their guard play is pretty good. Their shooters are pretty good.
That's Alyssa Thomas. That's what I was thinking about for the center.
Yeah, you're thinking of Alyssa Thomas, but Alyssa Thomas,
she nice, yo.
Alyssa Thomas, DJ Carrington,
and the girl Carrington, yeah.
Listen, I think Connecticut got a good team, but I think Minnesota. I'm gonna give them a slight edge in that series, and I think Minnesota is going to be able to pull us out. It's going to be I hope that Liberty wins something, man, because listen, we need something badly. I need them colors. Listen, I work for Amazon and I see the roof. I'm on the rooftop of the parking lot and I can see Manhattan. I need the colors to stop showing me blue on Thursday night when the goddamn Giants is failing the city. I need them to stop showing orange when nobody around here wears blue and tangerine. I need them to stop showing green when the Jets ain't shit. I need them to stop that. It's time for something to shake in the city, and it's something I can be a little bit proud of in the Liberty, because everybody know I don't really co-sign nothing in New York other than the damn Nets, really. But I would like for the Liberty to win, but Minnesota's going to be a
co-sign nothing in New York other than the Nets.
I'm not a base.
Hell no to the no. Hell to the no.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Are you a New Yorker?
I don't even.
Hold up.
Not. You know, with the Knicks or Jets or whatever, but
Yankees,
nothing in New York. But
I do co-sign. I co-sign the Yankees by.
Bless his heart, man.
I co-sign the Yankees by default, but I like that. That's just a thing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not a baseball fan. I mean, if I had a hockey team,
I had that one, sir.
Yeah. If I had a hockey team, I'll pick the Rangers, but obviously. But in terms of like the main sports, there's been teams obviously that have pissed this city off to the highest power, and I refuse to be part of that crowd.
There's teams that have made the city proud to the highest power, like the Giants with them Super Bowls. Guess who the last team to win in New York? As shitty as everybody says they are, it's the Giants.
That's true. I mean, listen. The Giants. I'm not.
have 27 championships. 27 of
I'm
them.
not. You know what? You know something.
23 because it's on my wall. 27, 20, 28, 32, 36, 30. Like, bro, it's ridiculous.
I mean, what I will say about it, bro. Listen, I'm not angry.
What has failed New York is their basketball teams because basketball is supposed to be
yes.
city.
Yes, they have failed.
Both of them.
I'm looking up top of the screen when I say it too.
You can look
they
up
have
the screen all you want. Hey, we got bigger fish to fry. We ain't even worried about y'all.
I mean, at this point,
I mean, you don't need to. You don't have bigger fish to fry. You have mid fish to fry because y'all got mid talent. Y'all trying to hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy with B minus talent. What are you doing?
You don't have to worry about us because you have to worry about your own team and your own
injuries and your own locker room and your own stink every single year and your own promises and your own emptiness on those promises year after year.
That's what we be saying.
Decade.
Lions are not worried about Chiefs or Bulls or goats. You know what I'm saying? Goats. We ain't worried about that. We got our own thing.
But what makes a lion is the fact that he can actually eat wherever he goes. That's not the Knicks.
The Knicks are gonna start eating wherever they go, bro. Like I said,
but
like I said, I ain't gonna get off the topic and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll talk about the liberties and stuff like that. And hey. We got revenge.
I really hope they do win.
We're gonna get this revenge on the Aces and stuff like that. Asia Wilson is the MVP and all that stuff, great player and all that type of stuff. But I think this is our time now. We could have beat them last year, but you know they got that one. But we'll be ready, man. We'll be ready. The games is in New York. We'll be ready for the Aces and stuff like that. We'll get up for these games and stuff like that. So I feel real good about our chances and stuff like that with the liberties and stuff like that. So I'm good.
We need to deal them a dead man, or in this case, dead woman's hand. Give them the pair of aces. Give them the pair of eights. And then we need to get a straight flush, or even a royal straight flush.
There you go.
Man, appreciate that, man. Tudo, salute, man. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Everyone in the chat, don't be a ninja. Hit that like button and subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. We're gonna do something about it.
Don't be
shout out, but I would definitely love for the Liberty to win, but I'm real because I've been watching Minnesota very closely, bro, and I'm concerned, man. The Aces, I'm like, I think they had a little bit hangover. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just seemed like they hangover is still gonna start kicking in this series.
I don't know though, man. Like Aja Wilson though is like. I mean,
the thing is, Asia Wilson can go.
When you got the best. When you got somebody on the team, like you're always gonna be in it. You know what I'm saying? She's that dominant. So,
but what really makes that team go?
You can't slip up if you're the Liberty in this game.
What really makes that team go is they guard play. Asia is gonna do Asia like no matter what.
I know Kelsey Plum. She be doing her thing.
Chelsea Gray, Jackie, like those girls. If y'all can contain, if the Liberty can contain them and keep them at a mid to low level, and just say, all right, Asia, you want to win the game? You win the game. Everybody else, nah. And that's what needs to happen.
Yeah. So it looks like game one is gonna be on Sunday. Aces at Liberty, 3 p.m. and then game one of the Sun at the Connecticut Sun at the Minnesota Lynx will be Sunday at 8:30 p.m.
I got Minnesota winning that series, man, regardless.
Former on ladder on ESPN, correct?
I might have to do that, man. I might have to do the games. I might have to do those. Maybe if I get some time.
I mean,
can't do them. If Coach comes back, I know he'll want to do them. But if not, you know what I mean. Hey,
in my view, with the Suns versus the Link, I mean, you do have two former championship teams going at it in this one.
Mm.
But for me, Minnesota, this is a cat that is ready to sink its claws into another trophy.
That's true. That's
Mm.
absolutely true, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have to say that definitely.
Breezy, what's good with you, man?
Breeze, what's
Salute
going
to
on,
you,
man?
bro.
Shout
Appreciate you tapping in, man.
bro.
Always, man. Much love and respect, bro. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it, man. For that episode of the Blacktop Podcast, we will be back for another episode in another division. Which y'all want to do? I'm gonna let the panel decide which division y'all want to preview next.
I
We
would
got the
like
Western
to
Conference.
do Southwest Division. Yeah, that was my answer, man. Southwest Division.
Southwest.
That's the division with Dallas, I think, or
Dallas,
Houston,
Memphis, Oklahoma City, and
New Orleans. That's a tough deal.
Okay, that's gonna be a good division. All right, so we'll come back next Friday.
Wait till y'all hear the shit that I gotta say next week. Oh man. Oh.
We'll come back next Friday with the Southwestern Division. I'll go ahead and keep the crew like it is and shoot you guys the link. Next Friday, we're going to turn up, get into the Southwest Division, Western Conference. We're going to knock these divisions out and give y'all a true NBA preview, man, like we do over here with Unpopular Opinion Sports, Escott, the Man Cave Podcast, Mets 2128, a.k.a. Snarf, and Leaf Diggy.
8-8.
Bong bong. You know what I mean? So, and the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, if you haven't hit that like button, please do so right now. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so right now. And you're definitely going to want to hit the notification bell because there's so much content. It's so much content being put on this network right now as we speak, man. So definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. And we're going to come back, like I said, with the Southwest Division next week, man. So tell everybody where they can find y'all at before we get out of here.
Find me
YouTube. Oh, no. Yeah, you go ahead, man. My bad.
YouTube.com/Mets2128, X.com_StreamsDisciple2, Twitch.tv, Lufield Deathwalker. Granted, I can't really put anything up there because OPS is so finicky on that damn thing.
That's such true. Definitely. YouTube.com/@Leaf4788. Also on Twitter, @Leaf4788. Gonna be back this basketball season with Leaf is the League, and of course, season number 2 of Nets Visual, and all things talking about the Nets, and all things talking about a lot of the NBA. Gonna do a lot of NBA content this year. It's all world, man. Definitely a shout out to the Big Blue Crew Network. I'm gonna be streaming live on there, and of course streaming live on my show, man. Whenever I get the chance to talk some hoops. Man, you got it, man.
Yes, sir, man. The Man Cave Podcast on the YouTube channel, and also the Man Cave _SGod on Twitter. And like I said, I'll be live tomorrow at 4:15. I'll be doing that Texas and Mississippi State game and get a look at Archie Manning in Texas and see how they roll tomorrow.
That's gonna be good.
And then, like I said, of course, Sunday gonna be doing Sunday Convo, with the Big Blue Crew Sports, and then doing some football games. I believe it's gonna be the Falcons and the Saints game at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Going to be live streaming that game with my brother NYG, Unpopular Opinion Sports. And then, like I said, during the week, I'm starting my weekly thing now, Knicks Talk, Nick at Night. You know what I'm saying? On Wednesdays or Thursday night, you know what I'm saying? When the season is on, whatever day there's no games on, I'll be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Talking all Knicks, the true kings of New York, you know what I'm saying? Basketball in the city, the real team, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get some real stuff, you listen to Knicks at Night Talk, King of New York.
Some real nonsense over there. Nah.
Real garbage. Grade A trash.
You're right. Definitely go support Cave, man, and his podcast, man. We just picking, bro. But but yeah, man. Catch me on Popular Opinion Sports, man. NYG22 on Twitter. I will be back Sunday with Giants Conversation. I guess we'll be doing a kind of post-game wrap-up / pregame show because The Giants do not play this Sunday. They play Thursday, obviously. So we'll be back with Heart of the City. And as we just mentioned, we will be back on this podcast next Friday with the Southwest Division. And
Yes, sir.
until next time, y'all already know what it is. Get y'all's ass out of here. Peace.
Yes, sir.
This has been a Big Blue Crew Sports Network production.